Some days it's heavy, feels like your thoughts run wild. You're fighting shadows, you're just a tired child. Voices say quit now, why even try again? But you're not fitting, you're being held in his hand. Hold the line, you're not letting go. God is worth everything, more than you know. Heart on the ground, tears in your eyes. Heaven is singing, child, you will rise. Hold the line. Some walked away, said that the road's too long, turned from the truth, traded it all for calm. You keep on walking, even with shaking knees, faith in the fire, still whispers, stay with me. Hold the line, you're not letting go. God is worth everything, more than you know. Heart on the ground, tears in your eyes. Heaven is singing, child, you will rise. Hold the line. You're in a war for your mind, but you're not losing this time. Every lie that you hear is speaking louder than fear. You are not finished, not through. Others gave up, but not you. Grace has already come through. He won't let go of you. Hold the line. You're not letting go. God is worth everything, more than you know. Heart on the ground, tears in your eyes. Heaven is singing, child, you will rise. Hold the line. Some days you wake up tired, head full of shadows. Questions like heavy rain falling on your faith. They say just let it go. Why still believe this? But you remember nights he carried you through pain. Hold the line. You're not letting go. God is worth everything, more than you know. Heart on the ground, tears in your eyes. Heaven is singing, child, you will rise. Hold the line. When the lies get louder, let his word get loud. When your knees feel weaker, let your soul bow down. You've seen the wanderers, bright eyes gone distant, trading their hope for noise till they can't hear truth. God is worth everything, every breath, every fight. You're still here, still holding through the dark and the light.
There's a grandma in the kitchen, mumbling Grace's dishes shine. Lipstick on a coffee cup, hands like pages worn with time. There's a friend that you've forgotten, still thanking God you're alive. Keeps your photo in a shoebox, talks to it on quiet nights. You don't see all the prayers with your name on them. You don't hear every sigh that still calls you friend. But every breath you're breathing, someone's on their knees tonight. There's a love you keep on leaving, still thanking God you're alive. There's a stranger on a Sunday who just felt your name inside. Stopped mid-hymn to close her eyes, didn't know the reason why. There's a highway through your history, full of faces in the dark, little candles in the rear view, still hoping for your heart. You don't see all the prayers with your name on them. You don't hear every sigh that still calls you friend. But every breath you're breathing, someone's on their knees tonight. There's a love you keep on leaving, still thanking God you're alive. All the quiet kitchens, all the hidden tears, all the whispered keep them floating through the years. You think you're all alone here, running out of time, but you're wrapped up in a chorus that's been holding on your life. You don't see all the prayers with your name on them. You don't hear every sigh that still calls you friend. But every breath you're breathing, someone's on their knees tonight. Heaven moves in a whisper, you're wrapped up in its tide.
We focus on Elijah running from Jezebel, but almost no one talks about his mental health. Everyone always talks about Elijah on Mount Carmel, the fire guy. This person faced 450 prophets of Baal and came out victorious. That version is great. It's like some straight out of a movie. It's really powerful. But then Jezebel sends a single message, one threat, and this giant of a man breaks. Honestly, it makes no sense at all. Why would a guy who faced down a whole army turn and run from just one woman? It's easy to forget that even Elijah, between those amazing moments and the tough times, was carrying a heavy load as a strong one. This is what it costs you when everyone sees you as the strong one. People often assume you're just built of stone. It's like they completely forget you're a real live person. It's like you're always there cheering everyone up, but nobody ever stops to wonder if you might need a little cheering up yourself. You give so much to people. But when you're actually struggling, they barely believe you. They just figure you'll always work it out like you always do. You're the person everyone comes to when something goes wrong. It's strange. Everyone just assumes you have friends everywhere, like you know everyone. But the truth is, you've never felt so utterly alone before. Starting out, you just tell yourself, oh, it's fine, a prophet walks alone. But after a while, it all starts to get inside your head and wear you down mentally. Look at Elijah. He poured everything he had into that fight. And then just like that, a guy who didn't flinch at the thought of a whole army is completely shattered by a single whispered word. He ran out into the desert, fell apart under a tree, and was ready to give up, asking God to take his life. We usually slap a lack of faith label on that. I don't buy it. Elijah wasn't broken because he was weak. It was because he'd been carrying the weight of the nation for way too long without a second to breathe. He felt so alone, like the whole world was on his shoulders. He told God he was the last one standing. Depression whispers a lot of you. It really makes you feel like you're fighting all by yourself. Even Jesus knew this burden all too well, right? In Gethsemane, the mental pressure was so heavy, his sweat were like drops of blood. He wished the cup of suffering passed over him. When even the Son of God felt like stopping because the burden was too heavy, then what Elijah went through wasn't wrong, it was human. That's seriously heartbreaking. What really gets me about this whole story is how God responds. God didn't shoo Elijah out for not believing. He doesn't give Elijah a tough love speech or pull out a list of his past miracles to shame him. He didn't just tell Elijah to pull himself together and get back to being a prophet. No, God just saw him as a kid who stayed up past his bedtime. He had an angel cook for him, right? He didn't need a lecture or a deep dive into religion, just some warm food and someone to put a hand on his shoulder. The Bible says the angel pretty much told him to eat, and then God just allowed him to sleep. That was the entire plan from the start. Hey, gotta take a break. God figured Elijah didn't need to talk. He really wanted a snack and a long nap. He didn't fire him for having a meltdown. He literally nursed him through it. If you're always the one everyone else leans on, take a moment to drop the tough act. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just own up to being a normal human. Go eat a real meal. Go to the museum. Hang out with people who make you smile. Laugh a lot and make sure to rest. God doesn't care how tough you are, how much pain you can take before you give up. He really wants you to rest.
Bills on the table, bad news on the phone. Feels like every headline cut straight to the bone. You're staring at the ceiling, heart heavy on the floor. You whisper in the quiet, God, I can't take much more. Don't let the worries of the world bring you down. Lift your head up to the Lord right now. We are not meant to let these things keep us bound. Always remember, someone is praying for you. Someone, somewhere in this world, is calling your name to you, Lord. Maybe it's your grandma with a worn-out chair, calling out your future in a midnight prayer. Maybe it's a stranger who just felt your pain. Heaven hears a heartbeat when they speak your name. When you feel forgotten, you are being carried. When you feel abandoned, love is standing near. Every hidden teardrop, every silent shaking, someone's on their knees now. Heaven's bending ear. When you can't find words to say, when your faith feels thin as air, know a voice is rising for you. God is meeting you right there. Hands you'll never hold are folded, knees you'll never see are bowed. You are covered even when you're crying out. Someone is praying for you. Somewhere, someplace, That's love from a true heart. Spotlight hits hard and bare. You feel the burn every eye on you, like a lesson to learn. They wanna show struggle to fight, but your soul's just craving the quiet of night. Yeah, they scream your name, but it all sounds the same. All sounds the same. God don't care how tough you are. He just wants you to rest. Put down that heavy armor, lay your head on his chest. The crowd can roar a hurricane, but peace is the best. God don't care how tough you are. He just wants you to rest. You hide your face from the light, drowning in blame, trying to outrun that internal flame. They see the scars, they praise the grit, but your spirit's tired, your spirit's quit. All that pressure, a heavy crown, let it fall to the ground. No need to impress, no need to prove. Just find your rhythm, find your groove. Yeah, scream your name, but it all sounds the same. All sounds the same. No, God don't care how tough you are. He just wants you to rest. Put down that heavy armor, lay your head on his chest. The crowd can roar a hurricane, but peace is the best. God don't care how tough you are. He just wants you to rest. You're running circles in your head, wishing you were home instead. God knows best, put it to the test. He wants you to rest, yeah, just rest. The crowd screams your name out loud, lost in